Hi everybody. Well, Friday I got a surprise in the mail. I got my new Biolite stove, and I've been kind of busy the last few days, so it's Sunday afternoon, but I thought I would try to do a quick review for you of it. I've been watching these guys and their website for probably the last, seems like a year, and I pre-ordered one of their stoves. It showed up on Friday, so I wanted to open it up and show you what it's got. Now, I did open this previously, and I tried it out. I was real pleased with it, but now I wanted to do it, and I wanted to show you guys what you get. So it comes in this shipping box, and what you get included is the Biolite stove in a stuff sack, a little USB cord, and then the Biolite instructions. Now, when you open this up, inside of the little bag, you've got the stove, and then they've got some fire starters here. So, real nice to have a little bag. One of my more popular videos out there is my Vital Survival stove, and one shortcoming of that stove was it didn't have a bag. This one does have a bag to put the stove in, which is kind of nice. This is the stove. Also, one of the big shortcomings a lot of people have, the problem people had with that Vital Survival stove was the fact that it needed batteries. This does not need batteries. This is a fan-powered wood-burning stove, and it gets its power for running the stove from this little element here. The heat generates, actually goes into this unit and then generates electricity, which powers the fan, which gives you a tremendous amount of heat capacity, of heat in this stove. So let me open it up and light it up and show you how this works. To assemble it, all you do is you take the power unit, put it into the base, and then you open up the legs, and now it's ready to use. So I'm going to show you the power unit back here. This turns it on, the button turns it on and off. There's also a USB plug here. Once the stove is running, you can use this to plug in and power your USB, your phone, your iPad, whatever else. It actually generates a fair amount of energy. I'll talk about that later. Today what I want to do is I want to show you how it works. So using their fire starters, just going to take a little piece of fire starter. I have some kindling broken up over here just for this. I have a couple pieces of fat wood, but I'm going to use their fire starter. All you do is light the fire starter. That's lit. We'll drop that down into the bottom. And then I'm going to put a couple of small pieces here of some fat wood. Definitely didn't even need that much. And then I'm going to take some small branches. One of the things that I really like about this stove already is that I can use fairly long pieces of wood here. One of the problems with the Vital stove is that you've got to have real short little pieces to get things into the firebox. But now I'm going to push the button and I'm going to turn the fan on. And that's low. I just want to start to get the fire going, and now I'm going to feed it a little bit. We give the flame a minute to come up. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to boil some water for you. So you can see as far as size goes, this is very equivalent to just a liter Nalgene bottle. This is going to smoke a little bit till it gets going, but it's not much bigger than a Nalgene bottle. I'm going to take my water. I'm going to pour in about 2 cups. You can see already I'm starting to get a good flame out of this. And this is even on low. The smoke almost completely went away. And that's about 2 cups of water. One thing that it won't do, these smaller cups that fit on the bottom of the Nalgene, these really do not go on the top of this because it closes off the fire compartment. So unfortunately these are not going to work. However, these little grease pots really do. I'm going to put a couple more pieces of wood in here so that I get a good consistent flame. but there's lots of room. You can see I can put real long pieces of wood in here without really any problem. It's a good probably, you know, 8 inches. And now I'm going to move this up to push this button again, and I'm going to get up to high. I'm going to have my cameraman come over and take a look into the fire area. We're actually getting a little bit of a cyclone effect, and that's where you're getting the heat. Okay, you can put it back. Now, let's see how long this thing takes to boil some water. Put that on here. Put a cover on it. And I'm going to start my watch. And now we're timing. You can see the flames. There's almost no smoke whatsoever. One of the things that really, really impressed me about this stove was just the fact that there's almost no soot on your pots because it's doing such a complete job burning the wood and the fuel in there, so it's not sooting up the bottoms of your pots. While we're waiting for this thing to boil, it also comes with this fold-out one-page instruction book, which actually does a pretty decent job. It covers all the information on it. I'll give you a couple of stats on it. The stove and the power unit, everything all together weighs right around 2 pounds, 1 ounce. When you have it on high, like I have it on high right now, it's putting out roughly 18,000 BTUs per hour, which is pretty good for a little stove like this. As far as pot weight that it's capable, I'm actually going to turn this back down to low because I'm getting an awful lot of heat out of here. It'll hold up to an 8-pound pot without any problems. If you notice, I'm doing this on a plastic picnic bench, and there's no heat at all in these feet. None whatsoever. Matter of fact, I can actually pick this unit up while it's going, and with this screen on the outside, it's cool to the touch. It's a really nice feature, being able to move it around if you absolutely had to. So, now let's check this out and see if I can actually power my phone off of the USB port. I'm going to turn this a little bit, and I'm going to plug in my USB cord. There. And now I'm going to plug this into the bottom of my phone. And we will see if we get some power. Yep. It's showing me that it's now charging my phone. So that's a good thing. The USB output does work. I'm going to leave that charge a little bit. We'll see how our water's doing. It's been about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. One of the other nice features is it's easy to add fuel to this. So all I'm going to do to add some fuel is lift the pot and take pieces of wood and just drop them in. There we go. I'm going to put the lid back on. Now I'll get a little bit of smoke here as it heats up that fuel. But in another couple of minutes here we should have a nice boil going while my phone is actually charging, which is kind of cool. Okay, according to my watch, it's about 4 minutes and 45 seconds. And I've got a good solid boil. So that's 2 cups of water in a pot with a hard rolling boil in less than 5 minutes, which is pretty darn good. Now I don't want to set this on the table because I don't want to melt my table. I'm going to put it on top of here so we don't burn anything. But that's my review of, or that's my initial tabletop review of the Biolite stove. Overall, I'm very impressed by it. It's a little bit heavy, it's 2 pounds, but it makes real nice use of fuel. It doesn't require batteries. It uses the heat from the fire to actually charge things off of the USB port. Right now I'm charging my son's iPad. I could charge my phone if I wanted to. That's kind of a nice little benefit with all the electronics that are out there today. You could even charge a GPS if you were in the woods. It makes good, efficient use of fuel. And overall, I really don't have any complaints. Stay tuned for a video that I'm going to make in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to do a direct side-by-side comparison between the Vital Survival Stove and this Biolite stove. But I really haven't found anything that I don't like about this Biolite stove. You can move it around if you need to. The feet stay nice and cool. The power unit does work, and it's a neat little unit. So thank you everybody for watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you favorite the video and subscribe to my channel. Aside from that, as always, have fun, be safe, and hey, take your kids camping. Have a great day, everybody.